Okay, friends. Hello, good morning. Okay, so I'm super excited because this was the topic I really wanted to teach. And I know we did like a poll yesterday on what training you wanted me to go over, whether it was the secrets to light and airy style or how to find the perfect lighting and location. And it was really close, but there was quite a few more lighting and locations, which I'm kind of, this is the kind of stuff I geek out over. Because the cool thing about light is that it's the same. It's like science. And so if you can understand light and if you can understand what to do when you show up to any location, like what to do with the sun, and you have a system for it, you're gonna win every time because light never changes. It's like God, like it's consistent and it's the same. You just have to know what to do with it and the knowledge behind it. And before we dive in to the training, and I'm going to kind of walk you around my house and show you like where I would shoot if I were to have like a senior session here or an engagement session here or whatever, like where I would shoot based upon my lighting system and my location system. Before we dive into that, I wanted to remind you that there is 2 days left that the Photography 101 course that has all of the information that I'm going to teach you today, plus 99% more of other things, is $200. And I know that is still a lot of money for, especially during this time, but this course is normally $600. And y'all, like, I just don't want you to miss out. So Thursday at noon, the course is going to be pulled. My website's basically going to be pulled down for the weekend as we were doing a lot more updates and a lot of changes, but I didn't want you to miss out. I really don't. Like, I decided to do the $200 course sale during quarantine, during the pandemic, because I wanted to do something to help. And I just don't want you to miss out. So that's all I'm going to say. If you have any questions, you can totally ask. But take it just from the course students. Like, they're constantly posting in here. Don't take from me, like, ask the other students what they think about it. They're going to give you an honest answer. So wanted to remind you guys of that before we dove in. So like I was saying, the really cool thing, and it's kind of like, it really geeks me out, is that light is consistent and light is the same no matter where you are, what part of the country you live in, what part of the world you live in. I know we have some people from Australia and New Zealand and Canada, and the sun is the sun. It's the same sun everywhere in the world, right? So if we can learn how the sun works and what it does, we can manipulate it to give us consistency in our work, to give us confidence, knowing that if a client wants to schedule a session at 10 o'clock, this is not golden hour. We are no longer in the morning glow. But if a client has to do a session at 10 o'clock, you're totally fine. If a client needs to do a session at 2 o'clock, you're totally fine because you get it and you understand what to do with the sun. So I'm going to go over my system of how to find perfect light and then how to find the perfect location. So here's the thing that we need to first understand. Lighting is everything. If you want a really good picture, if you want a professional looking image, it's not going to be because of a preset. It's not because of the style guide. It's not because of the location that you're in. It's what you do and how you handle light. Photography is light. Light is photography. You can't have crappy light and a good picture. So we just need to understand that first. You can't have crappy light and have a good picture. You just can't. So just write that down if you need to. So the very first thing we need to do anytime we're about to shoot a session or choose a location is to find good light. Okay, Brittany, I get it. How the crap do I find good light? Here's what you do, okay? And y'all, if you have a pen and a notebook, this is like huge value that I'm sharing right now. Huge. So please write this down. This Facebook Live isn't going to be available forever, so just please, like, take some notes and write this down. especially if you're not yet in the Photography 101 course. So the very first thing you need to do before you do anything else, before you turn your camera on, before you greet your clients, is find the sun. Find the sun and figure out where he's at. So we are obviously in the back of my home. Here's my house. There's the kiddie pool that we've been using to stay cool in Louisiana. So here's what we're gonna do. Does everyone see the sun? We have found the sun. That is step one in the lighting system. How to find good light? First thing we do is find the sun. Hey, Lulu. Louie's gonna be our model today. Okay, so why do we need to find the sun? The reason why we need to find the sun is because we have to know where to face our clients, okay? We can't just haphazardly put this is like, my mom calls it God kisses, like when there's like random breeze and it's hot outside. We can't just like haphazardly like place our clients anywhere. We have to first find the sun and know that our clients' backs need to be like, so I'm the client. My back needs to be facing the sun, okay? So why can't we have our clients face the sun? Because you get your pictures that look like this. Is this comfortable for me right now? No, it's really not. I need sunglasses because the sun is beaming my face. Also, notice all the funky shadows on my face, and like I'm glistening because now I'm sweating because I'm facing the sun. We want to face our clients away from the sun. So I know there's the sun. I have to face my clients this way, that way, okay? So that's step one. Find the sun, face your clients the opposite way. Step two is to find a diffuser. What the crap is a diffuser? Let me tell you what a diffuser is. A diffuser is something that takes the sun and either breaks it up or hides it all together, which would be this, my house. Do we see the sun right now? We do not. We don't see the sun. The house, a building, would be considered a diffuser. The most popular diffuser, obviously though, would be this tree. Why? Because if I walked close enough, there's the sun, but watch the sun go behind the tree the closer I walk to it. Okay, now the sun is diffused, causing sunspots on the ground. Why do we need to find a diffuser? Because if I'm not behind a diffuser, this is going to be a really harsh looking shot. Can I still shoot here? Sure. But it's not gonna like give you that same soft look with glow in the hair. If we want a soft skin tones, clean skin tones with still some pop in the air, we're gonna want to get to where the sun is diffused. You see, like I'm facing the sun, but it's not like hitting me because of the tree. Where the sun is diffused, but I can stand in a sunspot and still get, look at my hair, the glow. This is the most ideal situation that you can place your client in. So basically, you're gonna wanna find the sun, find a diffuser, which is a tree or a building. If you're in my email list, you got a picture of me. That beach house was diffusing the sun. And so I was basically not standing in full sun. I was standing in open shade, but I had some sun glow in my hair. Is this making sense? If it is, I need some hearts or thumbs ups or something. I want to make sure that this makes sense to you so that you can start practicing in good light, okay? So let's go over it again. First things first is we find the sun. There it is. We place our clients this way. Second thing is we find a diffuser. I found one, which is this tree. I found two, which is my house. Okay, so those are two locations that we can potentially shoot in because those are going to block the sun. Okay, all right. The next thing that we're gonna wanna do is find open shade. What is that, Brittany? Okay, flip this little baby around. Okay, so here's my backyard. Here's what open shade is. Open shade is shade that you can stand in. So I'm in shade, obviously, but when I look up, I see sky, okay? So let me tell you what open shade is not. Open shade is not, this is what's called covered shade. I'm now in shade. This is covered shade. But when I look up, what do I see? I see a tree. This is bad. This is not where you want to place your clients, because you're going to get really, really like raccoon eyes, weird shadows underneath their brows. This is going to, like, please, for the love of all that is holy, do not place your clients underneath a tree. Like, if you get nothing out of this video, please do not place your clients under a tree. It's not, you are going to have an editing nightmare. I promise you, because I've done it a million times. And I'm like, why is this just not working out? Here, watch my face as I walk into open shade. My face is going to get brighter because I'm in open shade, which means I'm getting a secondary light fill up my face and make it look brighter, okay? So, first thing, find sun. Second thing, find a diffuser. Third thing, find open shade. Now, the reason why we want open shade is because that is going to give you a very clean skin tone, a very clean look without any crazy harsh shadows, okay? Fourth thing, I hope y'all are writing this down, y'all. This is like the magic that I share in the course. Fourth thing that you're gonna want to find to place your clients in, to have the coup de grace of all that is perfect with the world, is a natural reflector. What is a natural reflector? Concrete. Anything that is light, white, because here's some sun science. When the sun traveling at a bajillion miles an hour, like who knows how long, I don't know. I haven't been to 5th grade in a really long time. The sun is traveling the sun rays are traveling really, really fast. And what's it going to do when it hits something? It's going to bounce that color light back into your face, okay? Which is why I bring a reflector, a handheld reflector, everywhere I go, because I know I can basically shoot anywhere because I'm bringing my own reflector. But if you don't have one, or you forgot one, you can always find a natural reflector, which is white concrete, white gravel. This would be a great natural reflector. Natural reflector would be dead grass, because it's not green. It's more like dead grass is like a very, very light brown. So it resembles more of a natural reflector. Another reflector is long flowy grass, like, you know, like the fields with like the grass that's up to your knees. The reason why that is a really good natural reflector is because the sun comes down and it bounces, but it like explodes light, instead of like a golf course where the sun rays come down on the green grass and bounces it straight into your face. If you ever have a green tone in your client's face, it's because you didn't have a natural reflector or you didn't bring your own, okay? Y'all, if you want clean skin and easy editing, make sure your clients are on a natural reflector. That is the secret. We can talk all day about presets and split toning, and we can talk all day about white balance, but here is the real secret. It's because you put your clients where they're supposed to be on a natural reflector, okay? So let's go over it again. Find the sun. This is my system, y'all. I'm sharing my system. Find the sun. We found it. Find a diffuser. Tree. We found it. Find open shade. Hold on. turning you guys around. Find open shade, turn around. Okay, we've got open shade, we've got our sun, we've got our diffuser. Fourth thing is find a natural reflector. Okay, so I'm the client. This is the most ideal place that I could possibly shoot for lighting purposes. Okay, the fifth and final thing is to make sure you have access to the sky in front of your client. So what that means is, here I am the client, I'm standing on a natural reflector, the photographer's right there. When I look past the photographer, I should be able to see the sky. Let me show you what's not open sky. If I were to stand, there's my shadow, hey guys. This is not open sky. If, let's just say, I were the client and I was standing here and I look up, I see trees. That's not open sky. That's closed off sky. That's why we're going to come back over here, because I know, based upon science and lighting principles, that this spot right here is going to be the most beneficial, most beautiful type of light for my client to get the most even skin tones, easy editing, as if I were to place them right here, because I have the sun behind them putting glowiness in my beautiful mom bun. I've got a diffuser diffusing that sun so it's not harsh. I'm in open shade. There's my shade. I'm also on a natural reflector. There's my white reflector. And I also have, I can see, as the client, I can see the sky in front of me. So, does this make sense? These are 5 little steps you can go through in your head every single time before you start shooting, to know that you are in good light. Okay? So that is my 5-step system for finding the perfect light. Now let's talk about location. Okay? Now, if I were to shoot, let's just say I wanted to shoot a senior session, I could probably get away with an 85mm lens, really compressed. I could probably get away with putting my senior right here, shooting them this way, and hiding the swing set, the trampoline, and all the thing with their head with my 85mm. I could compress it, I could shoot a low aperture, but it might be kind of tricky. So let's go over like practical locations that you can look for. Okay, so let's just say we exhausted this. The next thing that I'm probably going to do is I'm going to come here, because the sun is being blocked. There's the sun up there, but it's being blocked from the house. So the house is being a diffuser. I am standing, so the house is the diffuser. I'm standing in open shade, check. I have a natural reflector that the client is standing on, me being the client, check. Now, what I could do is I could shoot the senior session here. Also, forgot, I have open sky in front of me as the client. So I've checked all my lighting boxes. So if I were to shoot a senior session, it's almost probably like 10:30 at this point. At like a not ideal time of the day, I could also shoot here for lighting purposes. Now, what I look for location purposes is, number 1, a natural reflector. Number 2, I look for depth, meaning I look for, do you see how like it's probably like a mile that way? Not really. I'm not really good with like measurements. Probably, I don't know, 50 yards? Who knows? I look for depth. Why? Because if I can put my client as far away from the furthest tree and I shoot at a lower aperture, I'm going to be able to get a lot of compression and bokeh in their images. So that is one thing that I'm constantly looking for, other than obviously a pretty location in the background. That's kind of ideal. But if not, I look for open depth behind me because I can blur all of that out, and the deeper the depth, the easier it is to do that. Another thing that I look for, because I'm a light and airy photographer, I look for light backgrounds, which could be this white garage door. So I could easily shoot, which I've actually done before, a senior session in front of my garage door and still get all the beautiful skin tones plus my light and airy background. Because here's a light and airy tip. You can't have a light and airy photo if you are in crappy light, number one, and number two, in a dark hole, if your clients are standing in like a dark, deep brown hole. Okay? Like if I were to shoot that way, if the lighting was good, I would not be able to create the same light and airy style if I were to shoot here. Okay, so that is something that I look for anytime that I am location scouting, is first off the light, because really I'm light scouting, the light to make sure I knock all the 5 boxes, and number two, deep openness, meaning there's not a tree trunk right behind me, and a light background. That is going to transform your images, because here's the thing. When your clients look at the images that you have created, the first thing that they're going to look at is, how do I look? They don't care what's behind them. They could care less what's behind them. As long as they look good, your clients are happy. So I hope that makes sense. Another thing, if I were to shoot, I'm going to just take you in the front of my house now. If I were to shoot a senior session or an engagement session, another place that I could shoot is my front porch. Why? Because I am in even light. The sun is not blocking me. I've actually shot quite a few sessions here. The sun is not blasting my clients. And even though it's not technically open shade, because this is white, it's bouncing any kind of light hitting it. It's bouncing a clean light. And then another thing is, if you look, I have open sky coming in to my client's face, which is creating a soft, even light. So if I had to, I could easily shoot a session on a front porch. So if you're like shooting a bridal session, a senior session, engagement session, find a front porch of some sort. If you're like at a plantation, which we have tons of down here in Louisiana, and shoot them there if you're shooting in like a really crappy part of the day. So how do we feel about lighting and location? I know that was a ton, but if you can master this, you guys, you can master light and location, everything else is going to come and look beautiful and going to look professional. So I'm gonna sit down. I'm walking back to my back porch because we don't have furniture on my front porch yet. I'm gonna sit down and see if you guys have any questions before I sign off and get to my work day. Okay, Nicole said, any tips you have to shoot somewhere where there is no open shade or diffuser? I had to do that recently. We live in a desert, basically. Okay, so if you are shooting in a straight up, there's no trees, there's no buildings, there's nothing, it's just flat lands, so there's nothing diffusing the sun, that type of light is called direct backlighting, which you can 100% shoot in, and I've done it all the time, like when we go to the beach, and whenever I shoot sessions in like an open field and we are not in golden hour. And then very quick, I have an entire lesson about this in the Photography 101 course, which is literally life-changing, because there's gonna come a point in your life where you're gonna have to shoot in direct backlighting. My biggest tip is to make sure that you have a natural reflector and you're facing them away from the sun. Where's the best place to purchase a handheld reflector? I got mine off of Amazon. if you're in the course, there's a direct link to it. But the main thing you want to look for is a handle so that you can hold your camera and your reflector. And I teach you exactly how to do that in the course. And then make sure it's big enough, like a 33 inch, 36 inch. I'm not exactly sure the exact inches that it is. But mine is like a triangle, but you can get a circle one. But as long as it's handheld, it'll be a lot easier for you to hold your camera. What time of day should you do outside photos? Does it have to be evening? No, you can shoot as long as you know what to do with light, and as long as you know what to do with your camera settings, you can shoot any time of day. Now, you're gonna find a lot more. You're gonna be able to find open shade a lot easier later in the evening and earlier in the morning. But you can totally shoot any time of day as long as you got your lighting down. Malia, thanks. With the quarantine, trees have been hard to come by. Maybe things will get easier when I can go somewhere. Totally. I feel like everything's going to be easier as soon as we can get out of the house. What size reflector do you have? I'm pretty sure mine is a 30 to 33. It's not huge. So it's fairly small. So, okay, you guys, I am so excited. I love doing this, and I love teaching. Huge reminder, please, if you're not already in the Photography 101 course, y'all, it's like a third of the price. Get it. It's going to be over on Thursday at noon, like no exceptions, and it's not coming back. We'll probably do promos here and there, like for Black Friday and stuff, but it'll never be $200 again, because there's so much value in it. Like that is basically like for free. Like, it is asking you, the course students, y'all. I'm not just trying to take your money. I am in there every Thursday answering questions, as well as the courses. I think over 100 lessons. It's a lot of content, but it's everything that you need to know. So, okay, well, I am going work on the BB coaching program, which is going to be launched on Friday. It's good. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be like a mini mastermind. So if you don't ever think that you can ever get into a mastermind, or you want to join like a mastermind early, it's basically what the BB coaching program is gonna be. It's gonna be all the things, not just photography. It's gonna be a lot of like mindset, goal setting, a lot of just preaching. I'm excited. I'm getting the whiteboard out, y'all. It's going down. So I'm gonna go work on that, adding a few last minute things before Friday for our members who are deciding to join. If you want to be a founding member, it's gonna be $10 for life if you decide to join this month in May, and then after that it's gonna go up. So I'll be popping in here later this evening, trying to like pick your brains a little bit more about like the things that you want, and kind of tell you my vision behind it, talk about like the summit and all the things. So, but I love you guys. I hope this was beneficial to you. I hope this was helpful. I hope this was a really good training. I'm gonna go finish my coffee and get back to work. So I love you guys, and I'll talk to you soon.